Hello.
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 How are you?
I'm doing excellent. And you, my friend?
I'm doing so far. I mean, like, good so far.
Good so
Alive.
far?
No, I mean,
Good.
I'm okay. I'm super tired. Super tired.
Tired.
But
Tired of having so
that
much fun.
that's how it feels being adult, right? Like growing up, start getting close to the 40s and stuff like that. So
Hmm
it's hard.
hmm
It's hard. It hurts. It hurts as well.
It hurts and the heart.
And in the bones, in the
In the
muscles,
bones
everywhere,
too. And
everywhere,
the stomach.
everywhere. In the stomach, yes. You cannot eat spicy things nowadays. It will be very dangerous for you. You can die one of those nights,
My
while you're
God.
sleeping. I
That's very
mean,
sad.
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's
Oh,
tough.
well.
But
Hopefully,
anyway, we're here. I'm
we
glad
are.
we're here.
Yes.
As you can see, beautiful people, we are only two of us tonight. Unfortunately, our friend Audrey is not feeling well tonight.
Not feeling best. Send her good vibes.
So, yeah. So I don't know how to send it. Yeah, that does.
Send a
It looks
potato.
more kidney, but yeah,
Send a potato.
yeah, the potato. Love potato.
Love the potato.
Yeah, best bye for her. Hope she's feeling better soon.
Hmm
But yeah, unfortunately, she will not be able to join us tonight. But since last week we didn't join the stream because it was a holiday here in the States, we decided that why not? We should just also
hmm
take the day. We've been delivering the an episode every week so far, so we decided to take a break as well and say like, okay, yeah, why not? It's a holiday. Let's make a holiday for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. So we took the day off. Thank you
But
very
I'm
much.
happy. I'm happy we're back. I'm happy we're here because we have a lot of things to talk, right? I think,
We
I
do.
guess, hopefully.
It's gonna be a
It's
good one.
going to be a good one because this is one of the episodes, at least in my case, I've been looking to make since a very, very long time. I mean,
Since yesterday.
I'm not proud of it because it's tough for me to have a lot of games just having or accumulating dust in my
Yeah.
shelf. But
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, we have to talk. It's like a therapy. It's a group of therapy here. We can share our thoughts and we can share what is the list of games that we at some point we decided that we are going to play and we never did. So
Never did. Not
it's
yet.
not yet
We
exactly,
will
exactly, yeah.
one day.
But anyway, that will be our main dish for tonight. But before that, it's a pleasure to introduce our first section as always that in which we will talk about the games that we have recently played. So I'm gonna start asking Axel because I know the
Oh my
answer.
god.
It's gonna be a short answer. I'm pretty sure of that. So Axel, what
Oh
have you
my
playing
god.
recently? Yes, yes, yes. Come on,
I
you can
have
do it.
played zero
You can
games.
no.
Zero games. I don't even know what a board game looks like anymore. What is a board game? I don't know. Don't ask me.
Mm,
I've been
mm,
playing online for sure.
okay, well
Um,
that counts. I mean,
it
yeah,
does.
it does. It
It
that
does a little
counts.
bit. I've been trying my hand at more games of harmonies.
Okay,
Uh, I also, well, we've been having a Dungeon Twister game that's
yeah,
still in
yeah.
setup phase.
Hmm.
um, I'm still don't know what I'm doing in Architects of the West Kingdom. I'm just
So
collecting gold because I think gold is always important in all games. Um,
yeah,
and then what else?
most of the games, yes. Hmm.
Most of the games.
What else?
Also playing Dice Forge
Dice
on
Forge,
on
BGA.
BGA, yeah.
Oh,
I never
really?
played it and I
Hmm.
didn't read the rules, and I think
As always,
as always,
it's not a
I
surprise.
it
Mhm.
feels like a deck build. It's a dice builder,
It's a
but
dice building.
it's a deck. I mean, yes, literally, but you know,
It's a
it
dice
really
building
feels like a
game.
deck builder because you're upgrading the size of your
Exactly.
dice, but you're also trying to get some of the sides give you money to get better sides, and other sides give you straight up points. So you have to, just like a deck building, you have to balance getting points versus making your deck better. So
In this
it's
case, your
interesting.
dice, so you can.
Your
I
dice.
mean, it's interesting. I have never played other games in which instead of building a tableau or a deck,
Hmm
you're actually building dice because this is quite a fun how to. um, you actually
Like a Lego, right?
Lego pieces, assembling the faces of a die.
Mm,
It's really interesting. I mean, I haven't played in real life, so I don't know. I'm not
no,
sure how it feels to throw those kind of dice with, you know, uh,
Lego dice,
expendable
plastic.
pieces. But it's just
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
a thing. At some point, I remember it caught my attention so like I was really into or very interested in try it or actually getting the game.
Hmm.
I remember it wasn't expensive, so I decided to put it on my wish list, and I'm lucky that it never,
Never got bought.
I never got down.
Never got bought.
And but yeah, otherwise, I'm pretty sure it will be destined to the shelf of shame at this point.
Shelf of
But
shame.
now that I know that it's in BGA, I probably will like to take a look and try it for sure. I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting those kind of games being available at BGA. It's fun.
There's a
So
lot of games available on BJ. You know, at the
yeah, I
beginning, a
know.
couple years. Yeah,
Yeah, I know that I
for
know.
sure. I
Mhm.
mean, I didn't know a couple of years ago. I remember looking at them and being like, "Oh, there's only a few," and it was like, the
How many
same ones.
years? How many
I
years?
don't know. I feel like it was like 2 years ago.
No, no way.
Well, maybe I
Well,
didn't look hard enough, but I felt like
yeah.
it was just like a handful.
Okay.
I thought that
Okay.
Tabletopia had more games, but
No.
if we have to compare now or no, a
Hmm.
year ago, maybe
Hmm.
wow, PGA really does have
Yeah.
tons of games and especially prototypes that are coming out on Kickstarter or about to be published. That's amazing.
I still haven't tried prototypes at BGA. I feel like sometimes even the beta version of the games are
Hmm.
not good enough to, get the same or
The
similar
feeling.
vibe as the
Mm,
games that you actually
that's
play in
fair.
real life. So
That's fair.
I think it will be better for everyone to wait until you have the final version. But I mean, also understand that part because sometimes for publishers or for
You
certain
need
people.
feedback.
Exactly. And also it will help with the campaign to, oh, this game, I mean, I understand this is just a prototype or this just
Hmm.
the first version or the initial versions of the game. So at least I can have a taste or, the
Hmm.
feeling of the game. So maybe call
The
my
feeling.
attention, which is good because as we talked in previous episodes, when you back something in Kickstarter without knowing anything about the game, sometimes or most of the times you get disappointed at the end,
Yes.
and you all pretty much back games with because it looks nice and some reviewers that you may read. I don't know, but it will be very helpful for you to get a feeling, a taste of the game before you actually go to Kickstarter or any other
Yes.
campaign
Yeah.
site and back the game. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
I
That's
agree.
fair. That's fair. I get it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's about it. I didn't get a chance to play anything.
So
Um,
how often is your game night with your friends with the Gloomhaven
it's
session? Every
once
two
a
or three
month.
months?
Well,
What?
it's once a month, but
Mm-hmm.
adulting life just gets in the way. And last month we were not able to get together. However,
Mm-hmm.
we are scheduled to get together for the next Frosthaven game 2 weekends from now. So not the next weekend, but the following weekend. We should
Okay.
be getting some Frosthaven action for sure.
Okay.
And next weekend, I already have a game night or game day uh, plan with some friends.
Okay.
It's gonna be three of us,
Mm.
so that means heavy games are coming out to the table. So I'm excited to see what we can get
You're
out.
hosting?
I'm hosting.
Okay, so you better get the games that you're planning to play that day because sometimes, I mean, you have time. If
Yeah.
you were me, I will say that
No,
I will not have it. I mean, the only thing I will know for sure is that they will come over and play some games, but don't have any plan or idea until the last minute or, when they are
you can't. I
here,
feel
we
like you
decided.
can't do that with heavy games because otherwise it
Mhm,
takes so long. I mean, the best case scenario is like we all agree to play a specific heavy game, and
mhm.
if we can, we all watch a video, read the rules, so that the day off we just come and
Mhm.
play. Because otherwise, if you have to teach, oh my god, that's
Oh yeah.
1 hour, 2 hours, and maybe they caught like 20% of the rules, and
Hmm.
then yeah, it's just so much time and explanation. So ideally, you know what game you're gonna play. If it's a heavy game, if it's a lighter or medium, you can just learn in half an hour and
Yeah.
just get going.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. But it also depends on the people, when depends on how they like to learn a new game, right?
Yeah.
Some people, they may prefer to watch a video or just have someone to teach the game
Hmm.
and ask directly some questions that they may have during the explanation. Because I mean, sometimes I'm now, I consider myself now a person that prefers to watch a video,
Then
and
read the
just if I
rules.
have any questions, I go directly to the rule book. But
Mm.
if I consider the video was good enough for me to understand the rules, I will probably just jump right away in the explanation to other players, because
Mm.
I'm the person who explained and teach the games,
Hmm.
at least in my gaming group. Uh,
Hmm.
so most of the times right now, I think once I watch a video and I consider it's good enough, that's it. But if I
Mm.
say like, probably something was missing, or is I was not really convinced about the explanation, I
Hmm.
try to find another video before I really read into the rule. I
how do
became
you
very lazy. I became
how
very
do you
lazy about
decide
that.
what video to look at when there's multiple options? Do you go by who is it, or do you go by
Of
length,
course,
or do
I
you
mean,
go by?
my ranking is, if it's Rod Smith, that's my first option. So Rodney
Mhm.
Smith is the first one. If there is a video from him, that's it.
That's the one.
I don't have to watch video from anyone else. So
Okay.
Rodney Smith's first option. Then I think pretty much at the same level we'll have like Stella
Maple
with Maple
University.
University. Uh, I don't know, probably who else. I like this guy, Hector from Peaky Board Gamers. This is a really
Okay.
good explaining board games.
Okay.
He's really good explaining board games. Um, so yeah, I think they are my favorites so far.
Okay.
Probably missing a couple of other guys. I mean, I like the way the guys from Dice Tower were explaining it, but they never got that deep into the rules. They
Right. It's like an
probably
overview.
was more an overview and things like that. So
Yeah.
I like them because it's like right into the point. But the details, the things that you really need to know at certain point during the game,
Yeah.
I really had to take a look on other people
Very
for.
nice. Very nice. All right. Well, that
Mhm.
leads us to for you to tell us what you got out to the table this time
Well, as you probably, if you're following on my socials, which is Instagram, you
on OnlyFans.
you're exactly, and the OnlyFans is for other things, but
Different project. Different
different
project.
price, yeah, different approaches. Um, no, for my gaming station on Friday, I decided that I think it's time. It was the right time. I was in the mood of having something that I really like. One of my one of the games that I consider is on my top 10 of all time for me.
Everdale.
No, I already play Everdell with them,
Oh,
and
okay.
I mean, no, it wasn't that in this occasion. It was a game that I know you love it as well. Is Teotihuacan or
Oh my God. You know what?
Teotihuacan? Huh?
Teotihuacan.
Teotihuacan, exactly.
Teotihuacan. Did you get the
Teotihuacan.
fancy
I
luxury
did, and
version? You
especially and
did? When
especially
is it? Did you get it ready? It's been delivered right now.
I yes, I did receive it, and I have
Did you play
mixed
with it?
and I have mixed feelings right
No,
now.
I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to hear your mixed
No, no,
feelings.
no, no, no.
We're gonna
Let me
move
let.
on to the next
No, no, no.
section.
Hold on. Hold your horses. Let me tell you why, and you will like it. I will. You like my
Okay.
explanation, and you will get frustrated as I'm
No,
feeling
I don't
right
want to
now.
get frustrated.
Yes, because I don't have any complaints with the quality of the components.
Okay, but
The only thing that I'm complaining and frustrated right now about what I received
mhm.
is that I'm now regretting that I didn't back the whole thing, which means the new
You didn't go
board.
all in.
No, no, no.
What did you
I
get?
decided that I just wanted the upgraded components. Um, the upgrade. Yeah, basically the upgraded components, which means the
Okay.
resources and the what else? The meeples, new
You
boards,
get the
video board,
expansion, the new
the
expansion.
expansion. No, I have already all the expansions,
But I think there
but
was a new expansion, right? A
what
small
was I?
new expansion, maybe? No? Fifth
No.
player.
Well, for the fifth layer, but the fifth layer was included already in the
Oh
last
yeah, it was
expansion,
like a
right?
free. It
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah,
if
yeah.
you yeah.
Hmm.
You know,
So,
I didn't get the game. My brother, the boss, el
uh-huh,
jefe, he got it.
besito.
He
Oh,
got to send
really?
it. Yeah, he got to
Wow.
send it to my place, because it's cheaper.
Oh,
And
okay, cool, cool.
yeah, I got it there. I mean, I'm not gonna open it so he can have the joy of unboxing it. Um,
Uh-huh.
but wow, it looks so nice from the outside the box. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
the
I
box is
want a
nice.
copy. I want
Yeah,
a copy.
and
Do you think they'll come out again? Do you think
I
they'll
don't
do a
know.
reprint?
I was looking at some posts from other guys that already received their
Hmm.
games. That's when I really got like I got this frustration
Regrets
and regrets for not
going
backing
all in.
everything,
Oh
because
no.
I look at the new board, and I was like, oh shit, why I didn't back this. I thought it was enough. It was like, I don't need everything.
Yeah,
I was
yeah. I
happy
mean,
with what I had
the
already.
original board is pretty.
I know, but
It's not
compared with the
as
new one, I think it's
oh
not. It is not. And I know. I
well.
mean, it was the first time I played a game like that with my friends.
Hmm.
I hope they like it. There was, I have to admit something here right now.
Hmm.
Um, it was a long time since the last time I played, and I
Yeah,
was always play the game only with my wife. I mean, the first time
yeah,
I played, it was only the two of us, the base
yeah,
game.
yeah.
We love it, and actually, now that I remember, that was my very first post in Instagram about board games.
Teotihuacan,
Teotihuacan was the very
not
first one.
Everglade.
No, 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 no. It was no, because I
You didn't
think
have it.
I, I had first. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say something that
Okay,
I really don't remember.
but
Uh,
Teotihuacan was your
but
first
the
post,
Tehuacan,
your
I know
first
that for
love.
sure. It was the very first post about board games. So yes, I used to play that only with my wife. Then when with the expansions came along, and I started, adding the expansions one by
Hmm.
one.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Hmm.
always tried it with my wife alone, right?
Hmm.
And it was
Hmm.
like this really good
Two
feeling.
player
Like, yeah, this
games.
is a really good game. I really like it.
Yep.
But I was curious about how it could work with more players, right?
Yep.
I think one time I tried with a different group of friends a long
Hmm.
time ago, like
Hmm.
I think 3 or 4 years ago. But
Yes.
unfortunately, we were not able to finish the game because they had
Mm,
to take a plane, and by the
yeah.
time it was like we never
Cancel the flight.
yeah, that was a shame, but I thought it was good as well because I think they were
You had
feeling
a
the game
little.
was I mean, like, too many things to do, too complicated, blah blah, and it was
Mm,
like I was enjoying the game but not the experience,
got
because
it.
they were
Got it.
not
Too much
enjoying the
complaining.
same, exactly, things like
Too
that.
much complaining. Sit
So
down.
now, the thing is, like, I decided to open everything, start using the upgraded components because
Hmm.
that was my excuse that I
Yeah.
receive the new things, the new stuff. So I really want to
Let's get
try
it out to the
everything all
table.
in. And I prepared the table. I had the help from my friends. And while I was, preparing the game, I was, explaining, okay, this is a
Yep.
heavy game. That's
Yep.
like first thing. So you have to pay attention now.
Yeah.
And you have to follow. And if you have any questions during the
Yes.
explanation, let me know. But
Yes.
also, while I was explaining, there was like some, you know, things that I had to go back to the rule book and try, like,
You
okay,
forgot.
yeah, I got it, I did, like,
Hmm.
because I only played the base game. I didn't
Yeah.
want to mix anything at all or adding any
Right.
other
It's already
expansions. It
enough.
was it was already, and in fact, I
This
was
game is
thinking, like,
excellent.
I was thinking that, okay, you got, at the end of the explanation, I asked them, you got it. I mean, you think it will be like just good enough? Because I have these boards, the gods board, the thing that makes the game
Asymmetric.
asynchronous, right? Because it will make
Yeah.
every player with a single or individual power,
Yeah.
individual abilities. And I thought, like, if they think it will, they got the idea, and they think that they can manage
Right.
the
It's an
game,
easy.
probably just by adding something else. But they say like, no, no, I think that's enough. That
That's
will be it.
enough.
That's enough. I think it's enough. So I think like, okay, I thought like it will be, and it was enough.
Nice.
Because even when I knew they were like, or everything was clear so far,
Hmm.
for me, that I played the game a couple of times or maybe more before,
Hmm.
it's more straightforward for you. And I tried to
Yeah.
explain that.
Honestly, it is. Yeah.
Like when you start playing the game, they will maybe take you like a couple of rounds to start, everything making sense, and how you gather resources and you make this, blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Right? Because if you think more like in detail, the gameplay is very straightforward. Just move your dice
Yep.
around,
Yeah. And a lot of times, like
power
you might not
ups.
have the cocoa to do the actions you want, so therefore you go from five
Yeah.
action possible options to like just do one.
Uh-huh.
So
Or,
it's
or
like,
if you lock your workers, you spend your turn to by unlocking them.
yeah.
And the good thing here is that because we were playing with core players, the Eclipse discs were on the maximum levels,
Right.
so you
Right.
have
The
more
hardest.
rounds, more rounds.
Yes.
Now, this is the only thing that I think one of my friends hate about the
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 game.
not the game, but about what I explained to them.
Oh,
Because in
okay.
the very first round, at the end of the very first round, or I mean, during the
Yes.
first eclipse, I told them that the round, or the round was over after the last player turn, once the disc were colliding, right? Like when the black disc, or the shadow disc was
Right.
on top of the white disc.
You get one more round.
But you get one more round.
Well, I mean, yes, that's the base rules. You can play with the, well, I don't, sudden death or something like that, or hardcore,
I
where
know,
it's immediate. But
right?
you're right. You
I
do
I
get
was
one
I
more
was
round.
remember that. I was remembering that. But at that time, my friend told me like, I think that's unfair, because why? I mean, the unfair part for him was that he didn't
He
have
wasn't
enough
ready.
cocoa to pay
Oh, that's a
his
big
workers,
punishment.
so he loses 9 points because he had to pay for
Yeah, that's a lot.
the three workers. So it was tough for him to lose 9 points. And the saddest part was at the end of the game, he
He lost by
lost the
9 points.
game for 8 points.
Oh, yep. So it would have been different. So you guys played with the immediate finish.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
I mean, it is a module.
It is. It is a mode. Yes,
It's a
exactly.
mode. So it's not like
But
it's not.
I wasn't. I didn't remember that. I didn't remember that until a couple of
Maybe
days
you have always played
after.
in hard mode.
I was thinking the same, but it was like no. He said. I mean, the rule book says that we have to play. But here's the thing. That was my
Yeah.
excuse, and this is what I
Right.
told him. I mean, we were playing the same way, the three rounds or the three eclipses.
Right.
So we all were playing with the same rules.
Yep.
So it
Yeah.
depends. I mean, if we still have like
He
one
was
more
just not
round,
ready.
probably we will have some actions, additional actions.
Yeah.
Maybe this difference will be the same or not.
Yeah.
But
Who
anyway,
knows? A lot could have happened.
so that was my excuse. But I think
I
they
see.
like it. I love it. Like I said, it's
Yeah,
one
it's
of
so
my
good.
top 10 of all
So
time.
good.
That's for sure.
I agree
Um,
with you.
I like everything about the game, like from the presence, or you take a look of the game and the table. It really causes you an impression, right?
Yeah, it really
It's like
does.
everything are, and this is just with the basic components. Now
And
with
I mean,
the
at the core, it's like a rondel game, right? Like you go around and
as
around and
any
around.
as
Super, super basic, but
yeah,
the options, the possibilities, which one you move, who is there, what do you
they
have, what resources you have, all those make it like so good.
they were thinking at some point that this was a very punishing game in terms of you can only do a few things with less workers every time, and if you really want to make something, power or something.
You have to
But
wait.
you have to wait and you have to spend a couple
Yes.
of rounds until you really
I mean, but
get what you
that's the
need.
choice that you're given, right?
Exactly, but this
That's
depends.
the juicy
It's
part.
really up to you because sometimes you
It's
can
your
just spend
choice.
one dice just to get cocoa, enough cocoa. And this is very, and I told them from the beginning, you really need the cocoa, so make sure
Yeah,
you have
Coco is
enough.
tight.
It's key in this game. I
Yeah.
learned
You know,
that couple of games afterwards. So yeah,
yeah,
it's
you run
basic.
out of cocoa, it's like running out of fuel in your car. Like you're gonna have to
Yes.
stop to go get gas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's very and I found that it was very interesting how with more players it's more easy for you to get more cocoa because at some point when
Yes,
you have like a lot of dice in a single location,
you can
you
get
land
five.
there and then you can get like 5 or 6
Yep.
cocoa in just one
Yep.
round, which is enough for you to start doing some other actions. So you don't
Yep.
have to spend a lot of turns getting enough
Yeah.
cocoa for you. So
Yeah.
again, it was like a whole new experience, but at the same time, it made me realize that I really love the game. It's one of the games
Good.
that I really love.
Which then in
Alba, thank
turn
you.
made you realize that
Yeah,
regret for not getting everything.
exactly.
Oh
Alba, thank you
no.
for joining us tonight.
Yes.
So she's
Welcome,
here.
Alba.
Thank you, Alba. And yes, we're talking about Teotihuacan,
The one and
Teotihuacan,
only
Teotihuacan,
Teotihuacan.
Teotihuacan. So yeah, that's
Teotihuacan.
pretty much as you can see.
You know,
Teotihuacan.
I really hope they do a reprint and then we can get the everything. Give
Yes,
me
yes.
everything.
Give me everything.
Give
At
me
least
everything.
for me,
Or
it will be
maybe we
like,
can buy El Jefe's copy. Maybe we can offer him twice as
mhm.
much for his copy.
Yeah. I don't know, but I mean, at least from what I have already, I think it really makes the experience a little bit more enjoyable in terms of what you have because instead of having these ugly white cubes for the houses, you really have these new houses meeples, right?
Right.
Or
You
you
don't have the
have,
Monopoly houses.
yeah. And on the temples tracks, instead of having
Yeah.
just the disc, you have an actual head
Wooden.
meeple for
Oh,
each one that
so
represents
fancy.
every temple. So you can move your head
Oh.
of your god in each one of the temples. So it's really nice.
You know,
It's really cool.
I have yet to play the expansions. I have not
Yeah.
played a single one. I have them there sitting. I probably might as well add them to the list of shame.
Mm. Yeah. So Alba is saying that it's a shame she's regretting not crowdfunding that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Forest Shuffle.
And she's also
Great
stopping
game.
by while taking a break from getting. Like I said, Alba, in my defense, I have played the game a lot of times. So I've been only being defeated by one person, and she is the queen of Forest Shuffle. I hope she's watching the episode. But yeah, well, let's keep playing. It's very fun, even when you're.
It is so good.
It's
So
a really
good.
good game. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's another game, and I think Forest Shuffle. I think I mentioned already, but this is one of my favorite 2024 games so far. Even when
Okay.
it was released last year, I discovered it this year, and
Right.
I'm crazy about the game. Anyway, that's I think
Anyway,
I have talked enough about the games that I played. I remember I've been playing some other games, but I think that's enough. I mean, we have
yeah.
talked about just enough about the games. Um, oh, and she's look at
Alice
this.
says
So
she bet her once. Does
Alice
that
is
make her the world champion?
no, because I beat her once again,
Oh my
just
god,
once
this is
too,
so
and
confusing. So that means that you guys need to play. But she said you're winning.
yeah,
Oh
I
no.
think we have played 3 games so far, Alban. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the 3 games I defeated her.
My god.
Anyway, it's been fun.
It is a good game.
It's been fun.
Excellent game.
It's been fun. Anyway, so let's move to
Move
our main dish of tonight.
the
We are
main
definitely
dish.
needs to work on some kind of jingle or music to
We need a
break.
soundtrack.
Yeah, something in between to
We need
separate
a sponsor. Mask Maple, sponsor us.
Yeah, I will I'll create a mask
The
factory, and that
Mask
will
Factory.
yeah, mask factory, and that will be money laundry
Money laundry,
money
my
laundry
god.
company,
Board game laundering.
so
All
we can
right.
start sponsoring projects like this one. Okay, let's
Moving
move to
on
our main section.
to the main event.
Okay, let's move out and
Let's do it.
let's do it. Let's do it. So let's get started with you.
With
So
me,
first of all, what if we can just start by explaining what is a freaking shell of shame?
a
So
shelf of shame is
mhm.
a shelf that brings you shame
Yeah, basically,
as a board gamer.
war gamer.
And what does that mean? You know, shame. What does shame mean? Shame is the opposite of proud.
Proud,
Proud is when you have your shelf full of board games and
stupid.
your friends come to your house and they're like, "Wow, you have so many board games. Do you know how
Uh-huh.
to play all of them? How you play them?" And you're like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, I have.
Yes,
Believe
makes you
it.
feel proud.
I am a master board gamer."
Proud. Ugh.
Shame is the opposite of that. It's when your friends come and be like, "Wow, you have so many board games. How do you play them?" And you're like, "I haven't even opened it. They're just there to look pretty." And then
Mhm.
something inside you as a gamer hurts. Like, oh, oh. It's
Yeah,
like one day, and then you tell
one day.
them, and you tell yourself, one day I'll play them. And the next
Yes.
time they come visit, they don't even ask anymore. They're like, are they still your shelf? You just say yes, they're still the
Yeah.
shuffle chain, and then you just move on.
I think you have explained beautifully the way how games can bring us shame, give us shame, and somehow instead of giving us joy and as you call it, proud,
You know
it
what? I think what
just
we need to do is just accept that we have become collectors and we have stopped being gamers.
I'm trying to deny that thought so far, but it's impossible.
It's a
It's
transformation.
it's really hard for you to admit, or for I think for
It
anyone
is.
to admit that you have a problem. It's like when you're alcoholic, it's very hard for you
That's
to
why
realize that you have a problem. It's the same
you
thing.
have to embrace it. Collector. It's called collector.
At,
Collecting.
at some point, well, I mean, yes, if you can see my collection of
Hoarding.
Funkos and stuff like that, yeah, you'll realize
Yeah.
that part as well. But um, there is one thing. First is you have to admit you have a problem, right? That's the first step.
Yes. Yeah. Need help.
Then you can start moving to the next one, which is the next phase, which is trying to, you know, make a difference.
Do
Do
something.
something. Do something,
Fix
right?
it. Do something.
Do something.
Change something.
Exactly. And so that's why we are here now, trying to, first of all, accept that we have an issue, we have a problem.
We do have an issue. Yeah.
And now we are going to start to realizing a couple of games because I'm pretty sure we
There's
have
more.
more games that we are just sharing with you tonight from our shelf of shame. But in my case, I think these are the games that I have spent a lot of time, approximately or probably a year or more,
Sitting.
being sitting in the shelf of shame.
My God.
And I will give you my reasons why these games have been there for so long.
Hmm.
But first of all, let's jump into the issue. Let's jump into what is wrong right now with these games. So I will let you go first and tell me your first game that you want to share with us from your shelf of shame.
Oh, the first game.
Yeah,
My God, I don't remember my first
you don't
game.
even remember. I'll
Don't
put it
even
in.
remember.
I'll put it in the screen for you then.
Yes, please.
There you go.
Ah, the Seven Citadel. That is why it's on the shelf of shame. But I forgot about it. So
So main
you
reason
know,
I forgot I have it. Uh-huh.
two of the three games I'm gonna mention, and there's actually a couple more that will not be mentioned, are have a common feature with them, and that is that they're campaign games that can be
Mm,
played solo.
okay.
And this was from my Kickstarter addiction period of when I was like, you know what? If I get these campaign games, I can just play whenever I want by myself and experience them, on my own time, whenever I have time.
Mhm,
And yeah, campaign games take a while. They take a very long time to finish.
mhm.
And when you get a couple of them, if you start one, the other ones are on the waiting list for
Exactly.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
next 10 years. Uh, so I think
Uh-huh.
that's what happened here. I just got all like frenzied shopping with campaign games, and I got the Seven Citadel because I had started the Seventh Continent, which is the prequel to this, but I haven't
Mhm.
even finished the Seventh Continent, so I
Wow.
cannot
Wow.
convince myself to open the seven Citadel, because how what
Uh-huh.
I can't watch movie part two if I haven't finished watching movie part one.
Well,
I
it
mean, I don't know.
depends. It depends. You can watch some move out, but I understand. I got the point.
Yeah,
It's like
but
in your case, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but for
mhm.
you, it will be like playing. Well, let's see, Froze Heaven without being playing Gloomhaven or without finishing Gloomhaven. Do you think it will be
Oh, you're right.
accurate?
You're right. They're
Or
not necessarily part one, part two. They are different games. They're
I know, but
independent.
for you that you really love or you are really into Gloomhaven universe and
Yes.
franchise, I
Yes.
think for you will be like even when you already have Frosthaven in your shelf
Yep.
without being finished the campaign of Gloomhaven, I think for you
Yes.
will be very. I mean, you have to
Yeah, you
first
you
finish
wanna
that one.
finish Gloomhaven before you start
Hmm.
Frosthaven.
I
I mean,
think,
and if you haven't started Gloomhaven, then maybe you can start with
yeah,
Frosthaven. But
yeah.
it's kind of like leaving something halfway. It's kind of like
Hmm.
sad.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, Seven Citadel. How about you?
Yeah, that's it. So you weren't mentioning about the game and not
No,
anything. Just like it's
I
a
said I
campaign
haven't opened
game.
it.
Oh my god.
It's a survival
Now
game,
I can understand that.
exploration and survival.
That's another reason why it's in your shelf of shame because you don't even care a shit about the game. Um. Anyway, so in my case, the first game I would like to share with you is Clinic.
Clinic
Clinic, the
by
deluxe
the
version.
master Ian O'Toole.
The artist. I mean, he was in charge of
Yes.
the art and everything. As you can see here, it's a pretty heavy game. It's 4/5
Yeah,
weight
that's
game.
that looks heavy.
It looks heavy. It is heavy from what I'm reading, from what I'm watching. It's heavy,
Hmm.
and I have to admit, as many of the games that are sitting now in my shelf of shame, they are there either because they were recommendations from other friends, or because I watched them and it were be recommended by some other YouTube personality
We're
or
influenced.
influence. I was being influenced by someone out
Yes.
in the internet. Um, so that was the case of Clinic. And the person who recommended me this game is a really good friend of mine, and I think is also a really good friend of you, who is Josh from Geek and uh, what's the
Geekna
name?
Games.
Geekna Games. Thank you,
Dr. Josh, thank you. He
Doctor
has a
Josh.
degree in board games.
In board games, he's an expert,
He is an expert.
and yeah, he always mentioned that he really likes the game. Is one of the games that you have to play if you really want it. A lot of recommendation from him, and I
He
took it
looks
like
amazing.
straight. Yeah, I mean, thematically, it's from what I've been looking or from what I've been reading about the game,
Yep.
it's very thematic. So,
Yes.
what the game is about is about building a clinic, right? So you have to build from every single part in the hospital, like um, I don't know, all the different departments within a hospital building, you know, like pediatrician and
Emergency.
cardiology, everything, the
Surgery.
nursery, yeah, every single thing.
Yes.
Um, and you have to make it profitable and functional so far. And you have to recruit or get some new staff to operate your clinic. But you also have to take care of small parts of your building,
Mm-hmm.
um, from probably the parking lot. So you have to take care of these small parts,
Okay.
the small details. So honestly, I've been just trying to watching a video that can explain me the game so I can, at least have a overview of what the game is. And all I know so far from the game is what I just mentioned, what I just explained to you.
I'm guessing
That's
it's
it.
a big rule book. What, 30 pages, maybe
It's it
40?
is it is it is a big rule book. So for me, it will be like, okay, I really probably my biggest issue here is that right now thematically the game doesn't call my attention that much. I think I will need something that makes me think the game, or try to get in my mind the game in another perspective. Like, okay, it's a good game. Put it aside the theme of the game for a moment, and just start reading the rule book and get a better idea of what the game is. And I think now I have another excuse, or yeah, something that will also makes me try or want me to try the game, which is I have a friend which is a doctor. So probably because of that, or trying to have that
See what
excuse.
he thinks.
Yeah, probably. But
Nice.
still, I will need some time to go and get a better idea of what the game is and how it works. S- But yeah, I'm really sorry about this game being in my shelf of shame. And the
Yeah,
worst part
that
is being it's been sitting there for a long, long time, probably more than a year. So, and the worst part is I have my show some kind of order, the way you have like first some games, and then in the back of each one of the spaces, and then I put a cover or a game as a cover on each one of the cubes. So that game is one of the covers of the cubes. So it's there. So it's not that I put it somewhere else that I even forgot
so
that I
so
have
you're
it.
proud of your shame. You
Exactly. It's
show your
like it's like
shame to
being proud
everybody.
about
It's like,
that.
look at
Yes.
it. Look at how
Yes.
pretty it is. I haven't played it.
So far. So it's very embarrassing, but I have to admit it. Like I said, the first step that you have to take is admit it. So I'm admitting right now that I have a problem, and that I was kind of proud without being conscious about that. That I've been proud of showing my shame every time a some you know my friends come over and seeing the game, just getting accumulating dust in the shelf. Anyway,
Sadness,
so
sadness.
that's my first number. That's my first game from the shelf of shame.
You know what? That game looks amazing. I has always the theme for me. It has catches my attention. I am
Hmm.
very interested, and I mean the game is heavy, so it's like it's great. But I don't think I ever got it because first of all, I due to how heavy it is, I didn't I didn't see the opportunity to play with somebody. I felt like if I was gonna get it, I would have been playing by myself.
Mm,
And
okay.
maybe one day I'll convince a poor soul to play with me. Uh, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a bit more careful now with heavy games that go past four. Like yeah,
Likewise. Yeah. I
yeah,
was. I was
that's
thinking myself that by getting a lot of heavy board games, I will be the cool guy who only plays
they'll be
heavy
like
games. That's a lie. Nobody play. I mean, there are some audience for heavy games, and that's okay. But like you said, you have to find the correct group of people to play those kind of games, and it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's wrong. I mean, maybe a couple of years ago, I consider that I would like to be one of those guys that consider better for playing heavier games. But nowadays, it's like no, no, that's not necessary. You can just enjoy whatever game you like, and it is fun, and it's give you like a good time. It's good even if the game just lasts 15 minutes. That's okay, right? But yeah, I totally get it, and probably that's one of the reasons I also now I'm putting more excuses. But that's also probably one of the reasons I wasn't able to play, or I wanted to put that game already on the table. But I think the main reason is because I really would like to have something to catch my attention from the game and make me just jump into the rule book or look for a really good video, and I don't get asleep in the process. That's probably it. But I will try.
fair. That's fair.
Probably, yeah. That would
Very
be it.
well. Very interesting first game.
So what's your next? You want me to put it on
My
the
next.
screen, or
Yes,
you
bring it
already?
on to stage. Bring it on to stage.
All right. So the next one you want to
It's from my
share with me? Okay,
fanboy
fine.
era.
This one.
Oh, this one's not from my fanboy era, but this one was a gift
Okay.
from a while ago. So this is a heavy two. Well, I guess you can play to
This
four
is like,
players.
yeah, it's 1 to 4. Yeah.
Okay, but well, this one I've been meaning to play with my wife Haley. We
Mm-hmm.
both really enjoy Uwe Rosenberg games like
Mm-hmm.
Agricola, Caverna. What else have we played from him?
I don't know. Oh, but
Uh,
you haven't played La Havre, and I always told you that
mm,
that's one of the games that you should try, especially if you play with
yes,
two players. I think
it's
that's
great.
one of the best Uwe Rosenberg games, in my
Oof.
opinion. And you have to take it
Well,
because it's my
I guess
opinion.
we're gonna have to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep an eye on it. But yes, this one is like a heavier game of his, and
Mm-hmm.
we've been meaning to play it. It's just
Okay.
I haven't read the rules yet, and we haven't had the time to sit down for 3 hours to
Okay.
play it,
Mm-hmm.
especially with taking care of Sophia, which is saying hello in the background today.
As always,
Yeah, as
if
always,
she's
she's
not
like, I wanna be.
if she's
Go.
not saying hi during our episodes, it's
She
not
gets
a
yeah. She's
complete
like,
episode.
why?
Yes,
How dare you not bring me
including me.
as a guest?
Yeah,
She wants to be involved.
she likes to be on camera.
She
I don't.
does.
Yeah, that's okay.
But yeah, have you played this one?
No, I have not.
You're not too big on Uwe, right?
Well,
Or are you?
I have played couple. Like, I mean, I played
The
Agricola. I haven't
classics.
played Caverna, but
Hmm.
I played La Havre. What else I have played from movie? I don't remember right now. But La
I
Havre,
mean, he has a lot.
I love La Havre. It's really nice. I like
Very
it,
clean design.
but I think it's
But
just a good game for two, maximum three players. I don't think it will
oh,
be a good game for four players. But even with that in mind, now that you mention, it's been a long, long time since the last time I played. So probably will
mm.
be now considered as well my shelf of shame because it's been
It's been so long.
sitting there for a long, long time.
Oh
Unfortunately, like I
man.
said, it will not be one of the games that I will put it out on one of my board gaming sessions on Fridays because we're always four, or most of the times we're four. So yeah, I'm definitely not taking that game with when we are four. But I will definitely would like to have the chance to play again with my wife. Probably one of these nights when we are just don't have anything to do and we decided to play a game that doesn't
Yep.
last only 30 minutes because
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. This has to be a special reservation.
Yeah, definitely. Also
But
for a
yeah.
refreshment on the rules and stuff. So you really need
Yeah.
some time for that. And especially
Yeah. So this
the only
time.
thing for sure in this kind of games is that
Hmm.
you have to feed your workers
Oh
at
yeah.
the end
Always.
at the end of
I
every
mean, what do you
round.
expect?
Oh,
They're gonna just work for free?
what else? I also played a Feast for Odin. Yeah, a Feast
Oh,
for
that's
Odin.
the other one. Yep. We have played that one too.
A Feast for Odin. Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
That's a great game too. Anyway,
Yep.
okay. So well, you have something else to think about,
Yeah,
and
we've been really wanting to play this one, so hopefully, next couple months we're able to find the time to play this one and
for
get it
how
off the shelf of shame.
for how long you think you have been
You
this
had it,
game?
I had it.
Yeah,
I can tell you that it's been since 2021, 3
2021.
years.
So 3 years so far
Yeah,
right now.
I bought this one at Gen Con
Wow,
2021.
wow, woof.
Yeah, yeah, it's
My
been a while.
God.
It's been a while.
So yeah, you're collecting games.
Oh
Oh, correct,
my
correct.
god, I have a
Shame
problem.
on you. Shame on you.
Shame.
You know what? I think we were missing a really good chance to implement the the shame bell or whatever we
Oh
were
yeah.
calling for every time. This
Tidding.
was the
Shame.
episode to use it.
Tidding.
Yeah.
I don't have
So
a bed.
Audrey's here when she is on bed right now. She's with us in spirit and on
I
streaming.
hope you're
So
feeling better.
hope you're feeling better, Audrey. And yeah, she's mentioning a Feast for Odin and Patchwork. Yeah, I played Patchwork only in BGA. I haven't played in real life. Yep. Anyway, that's for you, your second game. So I will go next and share with you the next one that I am being very guilty about having on my shelf of shame, which is Lewis and Clark,
Lewis and Clark,
the
excellent game.
Expedition. You played that one?
I have
Yeah.
a friend of mine. When I met, I don't know if you know them. He has a Mexican channel. They are Recreo Ludico.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah.
Fercho
Yeah.
from Recreo Ludico. Like one time I went to Mexico City, we met, and he brought his game. His game was in French because he bought it
Oh.
as a French copy. But all the cards are icons, so you don't need to
Read
read.
it.
Uh, so it was very interesting design for especially for an old game. I know you guys saw the
Exactly. Yeah.
age is 2013 when it came out, but the
2013. Yeah.
design is very smart.
So you can explain the game to me because once again,
Maybe it's
once again,
tricky.
once again, this is one of the games that I got based on a recommendation. But it wasn't a recommendation from a friend or whatsoever. It was a recommendation from someone Dice Tower, if I'm remember correctly. And the only thing I remember about that is I think they were mentioning the game in one of the top 100 or something they do every year. And at some point, when they were describing the game and what it's about and etc., it was like,
Mhm.
sounds promising. That sounds really interesting.
It is.
So I I remember I got it in one of the local board gaming conventions around from where I live, around the city. It's just a really you can consider not that convention, it's more like a meetup when you go and buy some used games and try try to just play as many games as you can. And I found it in a really good price, so I decided like, why not? Why not? This is it was a recommendation. I remember that back in those days, and was like, why not? But I took it. I bring it home, and then I just put it on the shelf, and it's like, okay, this will be one of the games that I will probably going to learn and play in the next days, probably the next week or so. And it's been there for 2 years or so so far. Worst part is I have the game hidden. It's not even visible.
That one says a shame,
A shame,
a
right?
double bill. Ding,
And I
ding.
and I barely remember it until I think it was last Friday when I was moving games trying to get a game to play. And he was like, "Oh my god, I didn't remember I had the game here." I know it
To leave
happens
on the
really
memory because
often
you
when
can
you
only
have the
hide it,
shame of
so
shame,
it's gone.
but it's there, it's still there. So I think this is one of my biggest uh, regrets. Not for buying and not playing, it's just for not even have an idea or a real
I
idea
would
of
like.
what the game is
It's
about.
not. It's tricky,
Uh-huh.
but it's not terribly complicated.
Okay.
You definitely have workers, but they're not yours.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Well, these ones, those are your travelers. This is a race game.
Okay.
You are trying to travel throughout that river all the way to the end, and you're trying to be the first one to reach the end.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and you have those like Indian meeples, which are the red ones that you can use to bring here and get resources from the main board. You
Okay.
also have cars that you're gonna be
My God.
that
Okay.
you're gonna be buying to do
Okay.
actions and also to get resources.
Hmm.
Um, and then the cars allow you to move on water, mountains, or I think those are the only two.
Okay.
So because the track has some spaces are water and some spaces are mountains, so
Okay.
you need to use that specific movement.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's a.
But it's like a deck building game, so you purchase more cards and
I'm trying to remember. You definitely get more cards into your hand,
okay.
but I don't remember if you have a deck or if you always have all cards available in your hand.
Okay. Okay.
That's one I don't remember quite good, but
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely has the car game component and the worker component, and then the race. The main thing is the
The
race.
games. And I have this on my shelf, and I didn't even have the chance to look at it.
You know
Like,
what? It's also on
what
BGA
a
if you
shame.
want to try
Yeah, probably that will be the
it.
first step. But I
Although I
really,
gotta say, without knowing the rules, might be a bit tricky to know what to do.
yeah,
Even if the game, even if the GA
I,
itself enforces the
I will,
rules.
I will make a solemn, I don't say
Promise
pact, but promise to try hard or harder to
harder
get this game out
to do.
the shelf of shame. I think it will be my one of my priorities right now to have this
Yes,
game out.
it's very interesting. I think you'll find it interesting,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's. I feel like it's not as the design is not as streamlined. There are some rules that you need to spend a little bit of energy to understand. Uh,
Okay.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
if you can get past that, then you're fine.
I think especially because of the year from of which this game was made,
Hmm.
you know, it's been 10 years, 11 years,
Yeah.
right? So I think back on those years, games they had a lot of, or not a lot, but at least they have more room for improvement that
Yes.
games that are now available.
No. Yep.
And I think if you consider these kind of games being available 10 or 11 years ago, you have to
Hmm.
also consider that they may be, or they were probably like revolutionary or something that jump out the page from what they were normally being out in conventions or just regular game nights or whatever. So
Yep.
I think that will be another factor that we will consider when we play it, while we were playing the game, because
Yes.
sometimes when you play games this old, you feel now like, yeah, it's good, but there was something missing. But you have to
Yeah.
consider that they are now considered a classic old,
A classic old.
classic
A
old.
classic old.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my second game, and now I need your help
You need my help.
to make me remember what is your final game.
Oh, my last game
Yeah.
is from my fanboy era now, from one of the publishers that I'm a fan of, apparently, and one of the publishers that
You,
love
you
making Kickstarters so much that they made their own platform called
okay?
GameFound. We are, of
Mhm.
course, are talking about Awaken Realms,
Awaken Realms.
Mister Awaken Realms. Yes,
Okay.
the legendary Kickstarter maker. They made one of their multiple campaign games. One of those is ISS Vanguard, in which
ISS Vanguard.
it's like a solo, maybe really it's a solo game. You can play with others, but you're all cooperatively traveling through space and discovering all these planets.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so from my understanding, like it's a space exploration survival game.
Look at these components.
Yeah, I mean it's Awaken Realms. They love to pour
Let me see if I can
all
find an
the
image here.
shiny blink blink on their
Bling, bling.
games.
Yeah, look at this. It's a highly produced game
Oh
from,
yeah, it's a big box
right.
too.
It's a big
It's
box. Yeah.
full of adventures just
Woo!
waiting to be discovered.
Discover. Yeah. It's just,
So this was also from my campaign frenzy era.
hmm.
Um,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
but I
Okay.
mean it looks really
Oh,
good.
look at that. Look at
I just
those
been it's
colors.
just been sitting there.
Let me ask you something. So, you have like some kind of attachment or attraction to sci-fi games?
Yes, I love
It's one of
sci-fi.
the main themes for
Yeah,
you.
of today's games.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean Seven Citadel is like a dystopian world.
Aha, dystopian. Yeah, that was the only word I was looking
What was
for.
the other game? Well,
Mhm.
Heller Tao is a realistic kind of farming game.
But
But
what about Anachrony? You love that game
oh,
as well, and
Anachrony, I
it's
love it. Sci-fi. Oh, I love it. No, I
yeah, me
definitely
too.
sci-fi is one of my favorite
Mm,
topic themes
mhm.
for
Okay,
sure. Even the movies, I love it too.
okay, okay.
I
Well,
like to
that makes sense.
reimagine.
At least
It
we have
works.
something in your life that makes sense, that complements, that it's coherent between
Of course, my
your
whole
like
life is current. You know, it all
yeah,
comes like a
in
potato,
one piece.
one
No,
piece.
but I mean, yeah, like it's one of those games that by just putting everything or all the components on the table,
Yep,
it makes you, you know, it makes you maybe want to try it,
happy makes you happy.
makes you
Um,
happy. Yeah.
yeah, you can think of these kind of games, or at least the way I thought is like, this is like reading a book,
Okay.
but you
Mm-hmm.
you get
Mm-hmm.
to you get to choose what the hero does, right? Like, what
Mm-hmm.
do you want to go to the planet? Do you not want to go to the planet? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Kind of like a bit of
It's
a sandbox game
uh-huh.
exploration.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that idea I liked a lot. So
So it's pretty much like Dora the Explorer, but in a board game.
hardcore.
Like when she's, yeah, exactly, hardcore. So it's
When
like
she's an
she's
adult
asking
and she has
you,
a job, she became
exactly,
a space marine.
and a space
Space.
marine, and she start making some tough questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
good.
yeah, there it is
Hmm.
sitting in the shelf of
Okay.
shame.
Well, hopefully you have the chance to, or the
I
conviction
know,
to,
so pretty.
getting out from the shelf of shame because it looks really nice. I don't have any. I mean, only thing I know about the game is like you said, is a like sandbox storytelling game when you have
Hmm.
to, um, pretty much, decide or take decisions. Probably not an
Yep.
easy decisions every time.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's part of the game. And if you have a really taste or really, um, you really like these kind of games, I mean, it's there. It's there for you. If you
Yeah.
haven't, you have to
Yeah.
play it. Come on, wake
One
up,
day. One
wake
day.
up.
One day.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong again,
Hmm.
but it wasn't cheap, right? I mean,
No,
I don't
none
think
of these games are cheap.
that's the other
I
thing,
would
right?
say between 100 and maybe 150.
Oof, oof,
150 for sure. And that was
oof.
back then. Games
Yes,
now are even more because of inflation. But
inflation,
inflation of the boxes, no.
inflation of
Um,
the boxes with
yeah,
air.
yeah,
We're not
no, not
using
cheap.
them.
So it's double shame for having it just
No.
sit there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're
Anyway,
getting
what's your number
rotten.
three?
They're getting rotten over there. Yeah. So my last game I like to share with you tonight is the Last Kingdom, the board game. So the Last Kingdom board game. It's a game
The John
that,
DeClaire,
um,
Mr. John DeClaire. That's a good designer.
yeah, I got the game kindly. Received the game from the game gambling games guys. So they sent
Mm-hmm,
me a
mm-hmm.
copy,
One copy.
one copy with the specific instructions. So you receive the game, you play the game, you give us your opinion, give us your
Give us
review,
your money.
and then, um, I was like, okay, that looks nice, and I
Mm-hmm,
just start watching the video, and
mm-hmm.
it was like, yeah, this looks nice, this looks really fun. So this game is based on a, TV show, right? A TV series,
Mm-hmm,
stream
mm-hmm.
on one of these streaming platforms that I will not mention until they sponsor us. Um, so yeah, it's a TV show, but,
Yes,
and it was
but
like, okay, I'm not sure if those kind of games will be good because they have like they already a story and they will try to make it work in a board game. But a lot
right.
of people have talking about how good the game is, how well
Okay.
made is. And I was like, okay, it caught my attention. Yeah, I would gladly take a look. So I told the gambling games guys, if you are so kind to send me a copy, I will gladly play it and I would gladly make a review and, just announce it, that I like it or not on my
Yep.
profile.
Yeah, yeah.
So I received the game. I started
Mm-hmm.
looking into the rules, and I decided, yeah, I'll, you know what? This will be the next game that I will, uh,
This is the
play it
best
on.
great
Yeah,
hits.
it will be a game that I will really want to play. And for some
Mhm.
reason, I put it on the shelf. Then I
Hmm.
cover with some other games,
No, no, you
and once
forgot
again,
about it.
I
Oh,
forgot I had it.
This is content creator shame. My God,
So I realized I have it um,
still not played it.
until not played, and it was like, wow, I didn't remember I had this game, and I forgot that I had to make a review of this game.
Oh no,
So
that's
sorry,
terrible.
this is an official
Official
for
apology. You heard it here first.
apology
Is this the
for
chismecito portion? I didn't realize we were already in the chismecito.
no, it's not, but you can consider as well chismecito.
Fair
But no,
enough. Fair enough.
it's an apology for not being able to or for it was
For
not it wasn't
forgetting
a purpose.
about them.
It wasn't a purpose. That's my excuse. It's just trying to
When?
put all the things together here.
So is this a
And
you're gonna send out your review by the end of the year?
no, I will. So that's why I said that I will probably put Lewis and Clark on one of my top priorities because I really want to put this game on top one of my priorities right now.
Mm-hmm.
Reason is
Mm-hmm.
I just recently rediscovered that I had the game in my
Oh, so
shelf.
it was nice.
So I was like, oh my god, I really forgot that I had it. So you know what? It makes me feel like this is like an area control, but what was this game we played once live? You remember in the live through sessions? Um, like you have armies and you have this big map. Fuck. I always forget about the game. But yeah, I played.
Cyclades.
No, not exactly. Well, anyway,
Uh,
let's say it's a unique
okay.
gameplay, a unique theme game.
Okay.
But I really I remember that's one of the things that I'm sure about. I really like how the game sounds in terms of from what I've been um, listening
The
on
rules.
other exactly and watching on videos, and that's why I asked the publisher to send me a copy for a review. So,
Hmm.
like I said, this will be my top priority one from the
Yeah, it
games
looks
that I
great.
need
And
to
again,
play.
the designer, I don't
The
know how it
designer
plays,
is
but the
really cool.
designer is quite famous. He
Let's
has
Jean-Claire. Yeah, look at the
he's the one who designed
Space Base, Ready Set
Mystic,
Bet, Red Reckoning, Mystic
yeah,
Veils, Cubidos.
a lot of top
Look
games.
at
Mystic Veil,
this.
the one where you make
Yeah,
better
yeah,
cards on your deck. I never played it,
yes.
but that one has caught my attention for sure.
Empire Sand. That's a really good one too.
For sure.
Look at this. I mean, Space Base, for God's sake. Space
Yeah,
Base.
Space Base,
Space Base.
Cubidos. I
Ready
mean,
Set Bet.
Ready
You love
Set
Ready
Dead,
Set Bet.
everybody.
Rolling Heights. I never played that one.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
good things. Good
anyway,
things.
I think it's a good chance now to just start making some difference in our um, you know gaming sessions.
Next
Trying
Monday.
to and the other part, like I said, one of my excuses here for not
Mhm.
playing these games is I've been recently received more games or just recently start playing the games that I brought from GameCon. So
Mhm.
those are the games that I've been
You're
recently
too
playing.
busy. Too many games.
Too many freaking games
Oh
already,
my god. This is
and
exactly what we're gonna talk about in Chismecito.
it
That'd be great. You guys need to stay for this.
and here's the thing that um, when you have the games on your site, it's more easy for you to consider them for a game session or for them
Mhm,
to
mhm,
to put it on
mhm.
the table.
If you put them behind other games, then you forget about them for years.
That's what happened. That's what
That's what
happened.
happens. Real life
So
situations.
now what I'm doing is I will try to explore or making like this cleanup of the games that I have already on my shelf and getting out all the games that I know that I haven't played yet. So I'll put it on the table ready for me to choose from. So I will take my choice from the game night from the games that I have already there. So that will be my purpose the next purpose that I have. That pretty much will be like this is gonna
Yeah,
be my path of actions that I will
that sounds
follow.
like a good plan. I
I
think,
mean
yeah.
that
If you,
that's
I
all
mean,
like
if it's on your face, it kind of reminds you of your shame and makes you want to do
exactly
something about
that's the way I punish myself. I'll punish myself.
it. Every day you look at it and you're like, oh,
Ah, there we go. I hit
there you
myself
go.
in the back with one
That's
of the
how it's
boxes.
done. We'll see if it works.
Let's see.
You let us know.
Well, yeah. So stay tuned for news about how the
Updates on the
games from the
shuffle
shelf
chain.
of shame are going so
Mhm,
far,
mhm.
and I hope at some point I will get rid of all the games from the shelf of shame.
Yes, yes.
Anyway, it's been great to
Excellent.
talk about this. So now we'll go to the last part of the episode, which is the sweet part, the
It's
things
sweet,
that we are
spicy,
always yes, sweet spicy.
the extra
And
juicy.
tonight I will leave the stage for you because you
For
have the
me, oh my
chismecito,
god, for the
the
first
main thing,
time, I'm bringing you guys some
and
spicy,
after you talk about it,
spicy.
whatever I follow it will be like nothing compared with that.
Well, nothing.
So
That's all right. I
it
mean,
will
you
be
did tell
nothing.
us, you did confess to your crimes against gambling games. So there you go. That's the chismecito.
Well, it's quite similar, but it's not the same, and you will know. You will find out
It
why.
is, it's different. So
There
here
we
we
go.
go.
Come on,
Here we
stage
go.
is
Sit
yours.
down, get your drinks, get comfy because it's about to get spicy. So,
Mhm.
and this was like about a week ago, actually. So,
Uh,
if you guys are on, and I'm talking to content creators because otherwise you won't know about this. Um, there is a board game. Well, no, there's a Facebook group for reviewers and publishers that aims to, uh, bring them together so that it's easier to collaborate and work together. Um, but what happened is that one of the publisher, small publisher, an indie designer that he published his own game. Um, I don't remember the name of the publisher, but it's irrelevant and it's kind of important. Maybe we'll avoid it. But anyway, he's a smaller publisher, and he
Mhm.
sent his copy, his prototype copy. He like put together enough money to make 3 prototypes. He's not a big company, so he sent his copy to a specific content creator that he asked to make, a content for his game. And this content creator said that he was gonna do it for free, but that if he didn't pay, it was gonna go to the back of the waiting line and
Wow.
of games that have been sent to him, and that they will take him like years for his game to be covered because he has so many other
Wow.
games in front of that game. And if he wanted his game to be covered now, he would have to
He
hire
paid.
like buy package of I know it's like crazy. It's like anyway,
Wow.
and of course the prices were a bit expensive. Although I don't know about for the content creators that make a living or try to make a living out of this. I don't know. I don't know what.
It's a word we don't know much about.
Yeah, no, we do this for fun and for for free of charge. We're volunteers here. Thank you. Um, anyway, so the smaller publisher, he was like, "Well, I don't have the money that you're asking me, and I I kind of need my prototype. So can you like send it back to me so I can give it to somebody that has the time or interest to make a copy, sorry,
A
a
review.
review."
Uh-huh.
And he was like, he was ignoring him for many months, and the publisher even offered. He was offering to pay for the shipping. He just wanted it back. Right.
Uh-huh.
He
Uh-huh.
spent a couple $100 making the prototype, so he wanted it back. Anyway, he said that because it was he claimed ownership over the prototype. This content creator, he was like, you know what, you
Wow.
send it to me, so now it's mine. Like, why do I need to send it back to you? And yeah, it was crazy. And so he did not want to send the copy back. So this all, pushed the publisher to make a post about it on this reviewer publisher group to warn other publishers and other people about this specific content creator and to be careful to send him copies. So yeah, the post was on fire. Everybody was there. There was a lot of comments about it. Even the legendary Paul Grogan from Gaming Rules, he was on the comments and he was actually uh, commenting against the content creator, saying that yeah, he didn't like his what would we call it, like the way he works. You know, his um, pretty much his professionalism in the industry. And yeah, it was he was getting canceled pretty much. They were all canceling this poor guy, and he, I
Wow.
think he came out and said like, "Oh, whatever. Here's my side of the story," and everybody was like poo pooing on him. I was like, "No, like you are like pretty awful. Like you need to stop being this way." And wow, yeah, that was a lot going on. And unfortunately, if you're in the group, you might have seen it because I mean it drew a lot of attention. But by now, the admins probably deleted it for keep the peace in the
For
world
safety
for
purposes.
safety. Yeah, but you know what? It's interesting because when somebody on the YouTube community gets canceled, then all the people that are against that person or trying to cancel him, they go to their channel
Savage.
and then start commenting awful things. So
Oof.
it's tough. Yeah, putting yourself out there in the internet, it's tough, especially if you start to get traction or you get in the middle of something like this. Oh my god,
Mhm.
that's just sounds like a bad time. But anyway, that is
Wow.
my chismecito for this week. And I guess the moral of the story is that if you don't want to review a copy, so send it back. My God.
Or don't ask for it.
Or don't ask for
Ah,
it. Like if you don't think the game is for you, just send it back.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
it's different
I
if
mean,
you
the
receive it
publisher
and you
was
forget
willing to
to have
pay
it.
for it. Why
I'm
do you
doing that
need
on
to keep
purpose.
it? And it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I'm skipping a lot of details, of course, because the post actually had like screenshots of their conversation of like his back and
Wow.
forth with the guy across several months. It was, yeah, it was a
Wild. It was
good thing to,
wild.
yeah,
Good. Wow. Wow. No, that's crazy.
yeah.
And you're right. And like I said, after this, whatever I said, it will be not like nothing. And this
We don't
chismecito,
always have spicy
and
gossip,
this, yeah,
but
you want the
every now and
spice thing,
then
so you have
things
it.
happen. Things
Yeah.
happen. Yeah.
And especially if like this chismecito was just in the right spot tonight because it's shame, shame on that part.
Yeah.
I don't want to excuse or being make a difference between what it takes for some small publishers or independent
Yeah.
persons to create,
Yeah.
compare with the great publishers or the bigger one.
Yeah.
Um, because I mean, there is no point of compare, or there is
Right.
nothing
Right.
that you can even try to make compare it between what it takes for a single person to create and all this process of designing and just create a prototype. It will take maybe a years, a
Yeah.
year will take maybe years
And
for
honestly,
them
like
to,
printing prototypes is expensive because you're only making one copy. And
yeah.
usually, when you make multiple copies, like you send your final product to print,
Hmm.
then it gets cheaper because it's mass production. But if
Hmm.
you're only making one, two, three copies of your game, then it's more
It's
expensive.
expensive, yes, yes. And if you are trying to get the spotlight from content creators, is
Hmm.
because you're also putting your work and your hopes and your dreams, or your work
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
in the hands or of someone that you think it will help you in this process of making your game successful somehow. Sometimes I agree on that part. It's like it will be better. You learn that throughout the years, that sometimes you have to really receive more details about the games that some people are asking you to review, and being honest, like,
Hmm.
you know what, I think this game will not be like, or I think it will not be like a good game for me to try and comment about it or making a review. So I think it
Mhm.
will be 100 times better to say that and being honest
Yeah, but
to
I
just
think the
Mhm,
yeah, I think he sent the game to him because he agreed, like he understood that he was interested in the game, like that
mhm,
he was willing to play, and it seems like he was gonna like it, and that's why he sent the game to him. But I think the part that made everyone kind of upset and got him canceled was the whole idea that he's getting he has like, I don't remember if it's like up to 100 or like many games waiting to be reviewed.
wow, well that doesn't
So
make
so like how do you, how do you even, if you put it at the back of the list, because it's like first comes first serve, and so you
sense.
just go here and there's like 50 ahead of your game, then it's gonna be when are you gonna review it, right? Like
Hmm.
even if you do one a day, which is kind of impossible, it's gonna be at least 3 months before you make anything about that game.
Hmm.
So if you know that you're so behind on your reviews, then maybe don't ask for it,
Hmm.
or like send it, ask for it later when you have time.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I don't know,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
tricky.
anyway, that's a lesson learned for the people who really wants to learn about it. I know even when we're nobody to say or to
Yeah,
teach anything to anyone, but at least for the people who are interested on reviewing games or at least because you are receiving a copy of the game for free.
yeah, and
You're
it's
not
tricky,
paying
right?
anything.
Because it's the whole, you're not, most of us are not getting paid when we get a review copy.
Hmm.
Like the
Your payment
payment
is the game,
is the copy of the game.
right?
So it's tricky.
It's tricky.
And I mean, for us for us that we do it for, for fun as a
Hmm.
side hobby,
Hmm.
it doesn't matter. But for the people that are trying to make this a living, they kind of need to earn
Be
money. So how
professional.
do
Put some
you?
professionalism in the thing that
Yeah.
you are calling work or your job.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's tricky
It's
for
tricky.
sure.
Anyhow. So, well, that
All
was a
right.
really good close for the episode. I really like it. I enjoyed when we have these spicy things to talk about. I really enjoy it. So thank you for sharing. I wasn't
Oh,
aware
of
of that
course.
because, like I
I
said,
did my best to try to keep it
I'm not in Facebook, and
incognito.
especially because those are the kind of things that probably will be more into sharing with the audience. But now
Life lessons.
it was you, the one who shared that experience, and I'm glad. I'm very happy for
It's
you.
also kind of like watch out for this kind of situation.
Yeah, kind of, kind of.
But
Anyway,
anyway,
so
that was great.
It's been fun. We talked about a lot of things tonight.
Hmm.
And yeah, if you are also having a games either on your shelf of shame or a shelf of reviews or review shelf,
Self
I don't know.
reviews.
Yeah, just try to play it and try to, I mean, accommodate your schedule to play more games because that's that should be the end goal or the
Yeah.
aim for all the people who are receiving games or just having games, just
Yeah.
playing. I understand
Yeah.
some other people we mentioned at the beginning, or you mentioned at the
Hmm.
beginning,
Hmm.
they're like more to collect or having the game just for collection. I
Yeah.
do have some games for that purpose. Talking about villainous, for instance,
Yeah. Yeah.
I this kind of games I gave up on the gameplay. I just having
Yeah.
because I'm kind of collecting the figures and the things that come in with the games, but that's it. But mainly it should be for you to play, right? That's
Hmm.
the goal of having board games to put it out and
Yeah.
play them. So anyway, thank you for being here. I really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank you,
Everyone who
everyone.
stopped by and watching us at
Yeah.
some point or during the whole episode. Really
Hmm.
appreciate you. Somehow,
Hmm.
our appreciation for you is just delivering an episode every week.
We try our
Or
best.
yeah, we do our best. Next week we have something planned that hopefully we have it done as we planning, and we hope that we have Adri for the next episode
Yes.
as well. We are sending again best wishes and wishing her to get better soon.
Yeah.
So until next time, follow our socials, follow
Yes.
the Instagram account of podcast, our individual accounts here. We are going to start sharing more content more often, hopefully, or not,
Maybe
but you're
or
often.
not.
I would like to send a special greetings to my friend Tara, Tara Tabletop Games,
Hmm.
who are sponsoring this episode somehow,
Nice.
because otherwise I will be naked tonight. So she's
Oh
kind of a
man, you guys
sponsoring.
missed out.
She's making these cool T-shirts. She was so kind to give me one during GameCon, so I decided
Nice.
to wear it tonight. So
That's
yeah,
amazing.
she's a proud sponsor of this episode.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
there you go. So yeah, until next time. Hope
Till
you
next
have
time.
fun, play more games, and share with us because we love to hear what happened after game nights. You know,
Perfect.
that's our phrase. So see you next week, my friend. Stay tuned.
Bye. Bye
Take care.
everyone.
Bye.